This is what I eat a day as a girl who's no longer on a calorie deficit, trying to maintain a 60-pound weight loss while prioritizing protein to build muscle. For breakfast this morning, I just had a little bit of everything. I cooked up a slice of turkey bacon and a whole egg in a pan with nonstick olive oil spray. I toasted up 2 slices of keto bread. On 1 piece of toast, I added half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese with cherry tomatoes, chili flakes, and microgreens. And on the other one, I made a sweet toast with another half cup of low-fat cottage cheese, a tablespoon of Biscoff spread, and a Biscoff cookie. I was really craving Biscoff, so I decided to incorporate that in my breakfast. I did eat my savory breakfast first, just so I can feel full off of that. And this egg was absolutely perfect. I love a runny yolk. That's the only way that I used to eat it when I was little, so that's exactly how I love my eggs. And then I had my Biscoff toast. It was so delicious. This is what a balanced diet for me looks like. I did have a nice coffee this morning. I just had a serving of the stock cold brew with sugar-free apple spice syrup that I got from TJ Maxx, 4 tablespoons of pumpkin pie spice cold foam, and pumpkin pie spice on top. Today was leg day and I had an Alani because I was determined to have a great workout. Started off by walking on the treadmill for 10 minutes and then did my usual stretches, toe touches, Hollywood, front lunges, side lunges, anything to stretch my tendons and get the blood flowing through my muscles. I never skipped stretching. This is just to prevent any injuries. If I injure myself during a leg day, I know I'm gonna be out for weeks and we don't want that. And I visited a new gym today. This gym was so cool. It had like a little room with a lot of graffiti art. It was dark and there was really loud music. It was a good vibe overall. Started off the leg day by warming up with the leg press machine. And I just did 2 sets of 20 reps with the 45-pound on each side. And this is a compound movement. A compound movement is just any workout that works out various muscle groups at the same time. So the leg press basically warms up your whole legs. Moved on to the actual workout, which was a narrow stance Smith machine squat. And I warmed up with 25 pounds on each side. And I gradually built up. If I can do 10 reps on one weight, I'll add another 10 pounds and do 10 reps of that. So I moved on to 35 and I did 10 of those. And you girls can already guess what's next. I moved on to 45 and I was able to do 45 10 times. So your girl's definitely getting stronger now that she's not in a deficit. Moved on to 55 and this is my max. I believe I was only able to do 5 reps. And I like to prioritize my form. I make sure to have slow controlled movements to prevent any type of injury. For my last set, I was feeling a little bit crazy, so decided to burn out with 45 on each side just to really burn out and fatigue my muscles. For the last workout, I went ahead and did seated hamstring curls and I do 3 sets of failure. I prefer the seated hamstring curls just because I feel like they're easier on my knees than the laying down hamstring curls. I have definitely seen the most growth in my hamstrings using this machine. Sometimes to get a little more stretch in my hamstrings, I do like to lean forward and hug the bars. Since the day before this, I went to Olive Garden and got a pasta. I was craving a chicken parm, so decided to make my own. I toasted up 2 lightly breaded chicken breasts, the Tyson brand from Costco. Added half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese, diced up some cherry tomatoes, added chili flakes, and 1/4 cup of marinara sauce. For a snack, I add 2 tablespoons of PB Fit powder and a serving of animal crackers. 24 crackers is only 180 calories, which I think is pretty good. And for dinner, I had a peach, half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese, a serving of Drizzlicious rice cakes, and 1/10 of a chocolate Ghirardelli brownie. Just a generic one made from the box. And this was everything I got to eat today. Bye.